I told you that there's a parasite out there that if it infected you could actually make you more aggressive, more impulsive, and completely psychotic in some instances? I know what you're going to say. There's absolutely no way. Now, this video is for entertainment purposes only because it's a conspiracy theory and we're about to go deep. And there's something called the Real Society or the Real Parasite that actually does this to highly elite people. But there's also a parasite that affects the rest of us, including animals and other beings, where it changes their behavior. Let me show you a screenshot of it. Toxoplasmosis infections have been associated with an increase in aggressive and impulsive behaviors, a reduced perception of risk, and an increased probability of developing psychotic symptoms such as schizophrenia. Now I know what you're thinking. There's no way. But have you noticed that Queen Elizabeth, George Bush, Obama, and a bunch of movie stars all have had black eyes, but all on their left eye, which is super weird because the Illuminati left eye and the Eye of Horus is a super symbol. Now, what if I told you that there is a secret society called the Real Society that is using a specific type of lizard and their parasites that they carry to inject into the eyes of these elites who then pretty much give their soul to their handlers? I know, sounds crazy, but let me show you a few screenshots so it makes sense. So here's a picture of all the members of the Black Eye Club. As you can see, we've got Adam Sandler, we have George Bush, we have Branson, we have, I think that might look like Ghislaine Maxwell, but I'm not really sure, but we've got Tom Hanks and the rest of the weirdos of Hollyweird. Now, in 2014 and 2017, a TV series called The Strain presented a parasitic insectoid virus that entered the human eye and morphed the human into a cannibalistic vampire. And it is believed that when this virus or parasite enters you, the soul gets fully consumed by the real lizard parasite within 2 weeks. The victim essentially dies, leaving the real lizard parasite in complete control of all brain function. Now, when it says that the victim dies, they don't actually physically die, but their soul dies inside of them because they become drones. And apparently, the process of injecting said parasite into the left eye is called droning, according to them. Let me show you another screenshot. And did you know that the Real Society was one of the most influential of the occultic groups in post-World War I Germany? Many of German social elites were members of this Real Society. Real meaning the light force, and Lucifer is known as the light bearer to secret societies like the Freemasonry and the Illuminati, which I think is really weird. Isn't it interesting that 4 months ago we had parasite cleanses go viral on TikTok, and was it for a reason? I want to know what you guys think, and I want to know your thoughts on this.
The evidence is that it's not. Eh?
If it's controlled, it's not happening by accident. Who is controlling people or trying to control them?
Well, there is a network of families that you can take back to the ancient world, to places like Babylon, Sumer, which is now Iraq. You can chart them through to Rome, where they were responsible for the Roman Empire and the creation of the Roman Church. God save us from religion, by the way. And and then they came up into Europe to become the European aristocracy and royal families. Then through the great empires of Europe, especially the British Empire, but others too, these family bloodlines and the secret society network through which they manipulate themselves into power were exported all over the world. And then when the point came where the European colonial powers appeared to give independence to these countries, that was only on the surface. What actually happened was the family bloodlines and the secret society network through which they manipulate was left out in these former colonies, and they've gone on controlling them ever since. So what you have is a hidden hand where events are manipulated, like 9/11, which not just me, but endless other researchers now around the world have taken apart the official story. It insults the intelligence of a 10-year-old. And you have a hidden hand manipulating events, and the whole goal of it is centralization of power to the point where humans are little more than controlled clones.
Who is the hidden hand? I mean, who are these hidden hands?
This network of families I'm talking about. You find that people that are in positions of apparent power, like prime ministers and presidents, are actually puppets of the real power, which doesn't put itself on public display. Why would it?